Okay, this is going to be a short video, but I'm going to try to make as short as I can because I want to get this out as soon as I can. This is the short version of this because this is a lot quicker, so that way you can get your parts for the 1 to 10. Okay, and this is short, but I'm going to try to make as short as I can, but as detailed as I can. When you make it, all you have to do is just get the part just like I show you in that video right up here. Okay, notice there's a stick right across and just a string up, and then it just spread out like a V. Okay, very important. You notice this thing right here, that's our part. I'll mention that in a minute. And then it spreads out like a V, and look how the way it is. Now this door is very important. When you spread it out, it's very important, okay? I'm gonna go 1, 2, and 3. If you are extra sensitive, go all the way down. That way you sneak in here. If you're a little bit of sensitive, then go up a little bit. If you're not sensitive, then you have to go all the way up. Okay? But you gotta make to leave that so that way your gas is coming out. Okay, that's it. And then you have to face east. That's your head. Okay, this here, if you notice, that is just the block 5G for now. So that's just my thing. If you don't have it or close to 5G around, you don't need any of those things because that's just a reflector. Okay, and that's my bed, as you know. I put this here so that way it doesn't mess up. Okay, now I'm going to tell you, this here is 80% wool. Now there are 3 types. I'm going to go by ages and sensitivity, or sensitivity. Remember, there's no such thing, but do you see my hand? I'm quoting it. Okay, because they're wrong, and I'm just going to say sensitivity. If you are extreme sensitive and you are old, you need at least 100% wool blanket. If you are the middle sensitivity, then you need at least 90%. You notice right there. I'll leave. I am not advertising these people, so I am putting a stick on so they don't see. 80% wool. Okay, the color has to be bright. 80% wool is for the, I would say 40 and up, or actually I'm sorry, 20 to 40. 20 to 40 years old. 40 to 60. 90. 60 and up, you want 100%. Okay, I think that's the way it goes with sensitivity. I'm not sure on that, but if you want to go in the middle, then you get the 90. Less sensitivity, you have to go with 80. And I test them all. I think about there and there in between, but we can't get those. But anyway, the part you would need is these little clips right here, and you need from the paper towel. That's what this is. And those clip, I just clip it up. I'll leave the measurement from there on the screen right now for you, so you will know. When you in here, if you have 2 people, your feet will stick out. Do the same thing opposite. Mirror this, okay? Mirror the same way, and that's it. Now, here's another one for you. If you sleep during the day, it is very important. If you are a day sleeper, please listen. Oh, remember your clips and something to put in. You need to get fleece. If you are a day sleeper, you have to put it on the east, only on one side. This is about 2 yards of 56, I believe, 56 inch by 2 yards, so 6 feet by 56 inches. And all you have to do is drape it over here because you're sleeping. The sun will attack it. This will make the bounce off so you can sleep during the day. It is the first time in human history that someone actually figured out that you can sleep during the day. I'll teach you all that later. But as of right now, only if you are a day sleeper. If you are a night sleeper, no, you don't need that. Okay? Now, let's go on to the next. So now we know the wool blankets that you need, because we need wool. Wool is a protection. Remember that, okay? Then, you need some sort of cotton. It has to be 100% cotton. Why? I'll explain that very briefly. Cotton is breathable. Remember something very important. Your body needs to breathe, but your body needs to protect. Okay? Just remember those two. We need to breathe and we need to protect. Okay? Why? Because when you have those two, your cells and everything works really good, and oh my. Oh, one thing. If you get a lot of snots, that means your body's doing good. I actually have just made a video up here. I'll put it up here later. Yup, it's gross, but it's medical. Remember that. It is all about medical. Nothing is gross. That's all I'm going to say. So you need 100% cotton. This is the throws. I use double it to as my blanket. Okay? Because your body has to breathe. So we got these wool out of the way. Right? Now, I am going to show you clothing. Remember that store called Savers I told you about? That or thrift stores or anywhere. Go anywhere that you have thrift stores and look at all the prices that I got. I actually got percentage on them because I joined their thing and they gave me like 20% off on these, so it's next to nothing. Now if you buy these, it's a lot of money. But if you go here, remember I stated clearly in that video. I said their trash is our treasure. Okay? And that's why I saved these here. Like this pants right here. I believe it's only like $5, $6. That's it. This is 100% cotton. Well, 97, so it's almost 100. This one here is 100% cotton. Somewhere there, I know that's for sure. So this is our breathable. Remember that, okay? Very important. Start wearing 100% cotton or at least 80%. 80% on. Notice the same thing with these. Now, shirts and stuff, the same way. These are cotton. And I got these for $10. Like I stated many times, you cannot get that. So right now, people don't know about these. So go out there and get them. Okay? Cotton. Start wearing everything cotton. I'll teach you all the other stuff later. Now, protection. Very important. It's up to you on this one. Between 6 p.m. at night to 11 to 12 o'clock at night, or a.m. Let's say 7 to 11. Let's say that if it gets sometimes 6 to 12. Depend on the weather. You want 100% wool or at least 80% wool. And you wear that only for protection. Do not wear wool. Here it is. Do not wear wool all the time because it actually traps our heat. It steals it and then it holds it. Okay? I'll teach you all that later. I'll show you an example. $20. I got that and I got 20% off. So it's like $16 for that. And that is wool. This is cashmere. The tag is messed up, of course. 100% cashmere. But that's not the important part. We want to protect our body at that time. If you want to feel good, that's what you do. This is in that video, that test video. This is 100% cashmere. And remember how I move in that video and it attracts towards me. What does that mean? That means it's actually stealing from you. So when you wear wool, it steals from you, but it holds it. It holds for a long time. That's why they think it's warm. No, it is not warm. Remember that. It only holds. Okay? If you're wondering what this is I'm wearing on here, remember I said that I'm going to bring crochet back. I'll teach you all that later. This is acrylic. Okay? I'm going to go into the testing right now really quick. Okay, so I hang 3 things here. This is acrylic. This is cotton. And this is wool. We're going to learn something very quick. I'm going to rub my hand. And look how this behaves. Okay? That's cotton. It attracts, during the day, it behaves very differently. During the night, it behaves very differently. Yep. It's amazing as that. Night and day. That tells you a lot of something. Look how it attracts. Look how during the day, it does not attract whatsoever. At nighttime, it actually does the opposite. Yes. At nighttime, this will attract and this won't. Crazy. This one just a little bit. That's wool. Okay? So we got cotton and we got acrylic. Now watch. See how it tracks towards me? It is not static. It's called an attraction. Attraction meaning I am magnetized. I becomes magnetized. There's no way that we are magnetized, right? What is magnetic? It's electro plus magnetic. Radiation. It's actually magnetic, and that's why they call it electromagnetic plus field. Complicated, but okay. So you can do this by yourself, and you can test this by yourself. You can actually know what's the material by just doing this, and you can actually see how it attracts. During the day, it behaves very differently. During the night, it behaves differently, and that's why we have to watch out. Cotton. I'll teach you about cotton. I'll teach you about acrylic. I'll teach you about, this is right here, up here. This is, polyester. And that one is wool. Okay? So, that's just an example of how things attract. Hence, all the stuff that we are doing. Okay? Now you remember that slouchy hat that I made, all different colors and stuff. It's been given away and stuff like that to people. This is 90%, I call it 100, but it's 90% wool. And if you want, you can test this out. If you can crochet, make a slouchy one. Put it on top of your head and wear it and breathe through it. Again, between 6 and 7 to 11 and 12 in the evening. If you are relaxing, breathe through it. Okay? Remember, those are decay time. Also, too, wear your bracelet and breathe through them. I tested these as a mask. Just an easy mask. I will teach you how to make these masks later. I crochet this. That's another mask. And it's 100%, well, 90% wool. 10% is other fiber, I believe polyester, because then it'll be stronger. That's what they're doing. So 90%, anything that is over 90%, I consider is 100. Because there's only 10% of the other, it ain't doing anything. But anyway, you can tell by the way, everything there. Okay? So, for the people who won these, just put it on all the way, and like an hour or so, if it's itchy, that's something else too. If it's itchy, all you do just put a little piece of paper towel or something that you can breathe right through, and that way it won't itch you like your ears or something. But for me, when it itches, take it off. There's a sign to that. I'll teach you all that later. But during the time of relaxing, try it. Okay? This is a bonus just to try it. And you see how good relaxing is. Yup. Once you breathe better, remember this. Once you breathe better, you will start to see your body becomes better and healthy and everything. This also too will prove arthritis does not exist. Remember, arthritis is a cause. You have to find out the cause. Here's another one. This is from one of my neighbor. She started to allergic to called propylene glycol. Propylene glycol. I'm just going to say it's in most things. And when she eats it, she gets arthritis. So remember that. It's in a lot of stuff. So propylene glycol, listed on the screen right now for you. And that's how it created arthritis. Remember what I said about arthritis. If you have someone old, remember arthritis does not exist. You are feeling radiation escaping. Yeah. Low form or decay radiation escaping. And that's why this thing will help. Remember that? I said it will help with arthritis or inflammation. Okay? Now, so now you got everything. I will list everything on there for you. That way you know how to make this. I'm sorry about the angles and stuff like that, because I don't really want to make this into a long video, because the long video says a lot of things. So that one, it'll be up later. I'll leave it up here, or I'll leave it in the link or whatever for the longer version of the video. Okay? That way you will understand more. But this video is only about the material. So I'll leave it in the description. From regular, sensitive to extra sensitive, or 20 to 40, 40 to 60, and 60 up. Okay? Then you get your clothes. You have to go to that store and get your clothes so you will know what's what. So that way you can, wear it. So that way your body can breathe. Remember this. Remember this. I am the first person that in the world that discovered that there's a second breathing, and that's what we are doing. We are helping our body to breathe. Remember that. Okay? Very important. If you're not going to go this route, don't even bother. Don't even bother listening to this video or anything. If you're not going to do what I am telling you in this video, because oh boy, you don't even want to know. I have done many things in my lifetime, or the past 12 years. You don't even know. So you can tell already. I got so much stuff. I do all those videos later, but I want to get this out. So all you have to do is one more time before I go. Get your blanket, because your blanket is your tent. Then you make it into a V shape, or even an oval shape, or whatever, as long as it covers something like this. Okay? Then you need these things to clip them. Okay? You need that. You need these little clippy things. If you can sew it up. Okay? That will be later. Yes, I can sew. Then you need this. So that way air can come through on the top. The other side, you don't need it. You only need one. Then, on the bottom there, on your head, that's very important. You have to go 1, 2, and 3. 1 is all the way in the bottom. That's extra sensitive. Raise this up for number 2. Raise this up for number 3. And then experiment that. Okay? All I did was, see this extra? I left it over here. The other extra I left it over here. So you can see one clip here and one clip here. And I put a stick there. So that way it'll hold its shape. Okay? Because when you're in there, you're like, mirror that same thing on the other side. So basically, you're just making a tent for yourself. That's it. Now, if you have 2 people, you may want to incorporate one more up top. You can make one go this way, and that way. So it's kind of like this, over, and over, like that. Make it whatever, as long as both people can go in there, and then you can breathe freely, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Maybe test with one person first, since you have 2 people. Test with one person first and see how it goes. And then you can incorporate. But the thing is, keep the principle. We need to keep the principle of 1, 2, and 3. And that has to face east. It is very important to face east. If you don't face east, you're going to have weird dreams, blah, blah, blah. I'll teach you all that later. Yes, electromagnetic will, and I will be the first person in the world to say it too, that it will mess up with your dreams. Okay? And that's it. All these are just my other stuff that I put there. All it is just a string going across. That string goes up. I put one extra strings over here, so that way it's, you know, it won't wiggle out on me. And oh, before I go, watch this. Benny, my dog, he loves it. He never comes out of this thing either. He will go in here, and he'll stay in there. See? He's right there. You see his foot? And I put cotton. Notice? I put cotton. That's my cotton jacket. Oh, and down here, cotton. Cotton over wool. So you need about 4. If you wanted to make this complete, you need 4 of these blankets. You can start with 2 if you have a lot of cottons around or whatever. And then you can just drape this on there. Remember, down the bottom have to be cotton, and your clothes has to be cotton. Okay, so 2 things very important. When you go in here at night, when you sleep, everything has to be cotton except for this. Okay? And then you're going to start waking up very fresh. You're going to start waking up that you're going to start, oh boy, you don't even know. The first day, ooh, I noticed the difference right away. Then, oh, before I go, it is very important when you're on this journey. Light. You see the light is coming right now. You see my light right there. That is actually the natural sunlight. You have to have natural sunlight. Remember that, okay? It is very important that you go outside for like at least 15 minutes a day when it's sunny out. Just take a walk or something. If you have a dog, just take a walk or something. It's very beneficial. I will teach you all that as well. But other than that, that's it for this video. I wanted to make as short as I can. And hopefully, you know, you get all of it. Just watch it twice if you have to. And then read the description. Okay? Because I want to make this short. The longer version, I'm still editing because it tells a lot of things about this and how things work, blah, blah, blah. And like I said, and I'll say it one more time, I have to protect this. I have to protect the important things why we're all doing this, and maybe someday I will release that one final video to tell why we're doing all this stuff. Okay, but all I'm going to tell you is ahead of time, you remember my channel is all about electromagnetic fields, radiations, and decay. And that's what that is, but there's something affecting this. And I cannot say that in this video, or any of the future video. But as for now, like someday I will. Okay? So, I hope you get something out of this. And I hope it makes a lot of sense for you. And then go out, start shopping for your clothes. Remember that savings. Okay? Very important. The savings. Get the blankets. I won't tell you who's who. But I'm going to tell you where to get them. And then you buy them. Okay? And remember your sensitivity. You have to know your sensitivity. And all it is just a tent. I leave this a little bit extra so I can wing it over here. The other piece, wing it over here. Mirror the same way. This one here is 66 by 90. So I left that much left right there. I'll measure and I'll leave it on the screen right now for you right across. This you can actually do with 2 people, and 2 people is fine. If you don't want to be too close, then you have to have a queen size and up. That's my suggestion. Full size and 1 is for 1 person. Queen size and up for 2 people. Okay, because remember the distance. Although sometimes I sleep right next to it, but that's the thing. And remember, if you start getting your heart on, that's another one. Ha. If you start getting your heart on or aroused, that means you are doing something right. Remember that, okay? I'll do that video later again. And yes, that's part of my discovery too. If you start getting hard-ons and you're like, oh my God, this thing don't go down. Like, I do many times. It's like, hello, go down. I know, ha. But anyway, hey, it's medical. I'm not embarrassed about it. Anyway, if you get them, you're gonna know that you're doing something right. Okay? If you get aroused and you feel relaxed and you feel aroused, blah, 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 you know you're doing something right. And remember, one more time, you need the sun. The sun is very important. That's why there's a light there. Go out there, sniff that air. When it's sunny out, go out and breathe that air. Even in a shade. Okay? At least 15 minutes. At least 3 times a week. Do that. And then do all this, and you will be good. Okay? Yes, the dog needs it too. But anyway, it's good to walk your dog. But anyway, it helps them live longer too. But anyway, and I'm going to put everything in the description from sensitivity, or 1, 2, and 3. Extra sensitive, medium, and just sensitive. Or just normal. Okay? So 1, 2, and 3. And the age according to that as well. Okay? I will see you in the next video.